Hello. Hello.
And welcome to episode 218. And this is a bit of a summer social. Some faces here you'll recognise. In fact, you should recognise all of them. Mafty UK, Sideshow David,
Yep.
Andy, Barry, who we saw at the Winter Social here,
And Carp King.
and myself.
Yeah.
Took a long drive up north, and we're back on Clearwater Fisheries for 4 nights.
Blanking.
We're on the Runswater.
No, we're not.
Yeah, well, you know, 100% record I got here.
Yeah, that's very
so
good,
yeah,
Chris.
Yeah,
You're doing all right.
we're on the Runswater, which is Kellet Lake. And like I said, we're here for 4 nights. So
The fortnight.
drinking?
I've had 1 can.
Fortnight's a
Well-
kids game.
Right, guys. Anyway, let's crack on. Let's go fishing.
Let's go fishing.
Alright guys, so I've just been spending a fair bit of time, it's really shallow, bit of marking up to find some spots to fish. One thing's quite apparent between from when we was here in winter to now, it's a hell of a lot weedier. So just been spending a bit of time looking for spots, marking up. And that's just a very small example of what I've been bringing in. But so far I've managed to find a clear spot for the right hand rod at just over 11 wraps. I found a nice clear spot for the middle rod at only 5 wraps, and where I was just chucking this marker just now, it's only a couple of foot deep and it's really weedy over there, but it's a little bay and the fish are absolutely stacked up down there. So as weedy as it is, I think what I might do is sort of almost stick a sort of a 2 foot zig over there. I think even 2 foot might be over depth, but the fish are absolutely stacked up down there, so that'll be worth a shout. I mean, that sounds bizarre saying 2 foot is an over depth zig, but it is. Right, anyway. Might actually get the rods out and get fishing soon. Right, that's it then guys, we are now finally fishing. So I've gone with zigs to begin with, because basically when we was here in the winter that's what I caught on. So I've at least got 2 clear areas if I decide I want to fish on the bottom, but yeah, for now I've gone with zigs because the fish are on the surface on the other side of the lake. Right hand rod, middle rod, I've got 6 foot zigs, and the left hand rod, chucked it over to the left in the really shallow bay, 2 foot zig. and even that's probably over depth. But I've had a run already actually as well, so but I lifted into it and I think it bumped off straight away. The joys of zig rig fishing, eh? But now we are fishing. I've just got to tidy up the base camp behind the camera, and I'm all sorted for me 4 nights of fishing here. You alright, Andy?
Right, Chris.
Yeah, so happy with your swim choice?
Not bad.
You're not really?
No.
Yeah.
Too much swan activity. I've been wiped out twice already, so I've had to rethink.
So what we're doing, guys, we've got the whole lake booked. So there are a few empty swims, but like I say, we've paid a little bit extra, so between us we could have the whole lake. And then we drew swims, and you've got your least choice, haven't you?
Yeah, the one that I didn't really want, I got first pick and I picked it. So hey.
But anyway, right, so the most important question I want to get to, so far you've got 100% record of not catching anything in my vlogs.
That's absolutely correct. You know I'm camera shy.
Yeah. I was just wondering if you're going to keep a 100% record up, or...
Well, you never know. There's 2 ways of looking at it, isn't there?
That way?
Yeah.
That way. Oh, like I say, you've been in my blogs a few times now, mate, so
Yeah.
it's about time you...
So no pressure.
Yeah,
Thanks.
basically.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Hopefully something.
It is what it is, isn't it?
Evening, guys, and been a fun evening. We got the old gazebo set up in the next swim, in Math Swim, so we got a central place to be social, and we've had we've certainly been social and had a few little drinkies. But I've left the party early because I've been awake since 4 o'clock this morning for getting up and loading the van up and the long drive up north here to get here. So I'm a bit knackered, to say the least. So I'm going to get my head down soon. So I haven't touched the rods, they're still fishing on zigs. I did have a run on my left hand rod, the rod that's fishing on the 2-foot zig in the bay earlier on, but I just wasn't on it quick enough, if I'm honest with you, and by the time I got lifted into it, the fish was off and the rig was all clagged up in weed, so but hey ho. Alright, anyway, not sure if I'm going to change my tactics yet tomorrow. We are due for some heavy rain for a lot of tomorrow, so it's probably not going to be zigging weather, so tomorrow I think I might change to some sort of bottom boat rig. Don't know yet, guys. I'm too tired to even think straight at the moment, to be honest with you. Anyway, right, talking of tired, gonna get my head down. Good night. Oh, what a morning, guys. What a morning. Oh, where do I start? Well, as you can probably hear, it is absolutely lashing it down. Blowing a hoolie as well out there. And the wind yesterday was kind of blowing off our backs and slightly from right to left. Oh. In the night, this weather has picked up, but the wind blew into my bivvy. Woke up to a flooded bivvy because I left the door open thinking, oh, the wind's blowing that way. But first I had to dry a flood. This ground is quite soft, so my bivvy pegs at the front of the bivvy where the wind was blowing in come out, so the front of the bivvy was flapping about, so I made do with just trying to push them back into the soft ground. But the biggest disaster this morning, a swan went right through my rods, took out all 3 rods, and not just pulled the lines and dislodged when I was fishing. I mean, absolutely mangled all the 3 lines together. I basically had to cut them off at the rod tips and handball the lines in. I'm not fishing at the moment, all 3 rods are lent up against me bivvy outside. But they did a proper job at pulling the rods round. So much so, they even pulled the stage stand out the wood. So yeah, they've done a proper job this morning. So obviously trying to deal with all that. I'm absolutely soaked through to the skin, freezing cold. I'm not fishing. So while the rods are in, I've ran up to the van and got me foot-long bivvy pegs and re-pegged down the front of my bivvy. So the front of my bivvy is a bit more secure now in this wind. So yeah, no fish, soaking wet, freezing cold, flooded bivvy, swans, rods out. Oh, right, first thing first guys, get some dry clothes on. Right then guys, so after this morning's disaster with the swan going through my rods and wiping everything out totally, there's been a little break in the weather, enough to allow me to get everything sorted. And we're fishing again, thank God. Just to get the rods out quickly, I've just whacked the same zigs back out again. It's probably not very ziggy weather, to be honest with you, but it's the rigs that I had ready, so I just clipped them back on and chucked them out just so I'm fishing, because after the disaster this morning, I just could not be bothered farting around with anything else. Bank sticks are in now, they're a bit more secure in case we have the same situation with the swans. But the dilemma I had yesterday when I was setting up, it's quite weedy out there. You know, to rake the margin, I see the pile of weeds on the right side of my rods, that's what I brought in, just out the margins, just so I had sort of a clear sort of line of kind of line lay. So yeah, so I spent kind of yesterday, you know, raking at me swim, but it is still quite weedy out there. So when I set my rods up, I had to set my rod tips quite high, just to try and keep my line going over the weed that's a bit further out. Obviously that come back to bite me in the ass, because then when the swans come past this morning, because my lines were high, swans went through it, wiped me out. So I thought, oh, what's the worst of the 2 evils? I'd rather deal with the weed than deal with the swans. So rod tips are now down. Right, we're fishing, thank God. Time to have some breakfast, I think. What a disaster. Alright guys, it's still raining, absolutely horrible weather, but what I've just done, I wound in my rods for a little while, and then what I've done with my weed rake, I went round the other side and probably spent a good hour and a half over there clearing 2 spots so I can fish on the bottom. Fishing on the bottom's probably a bit more conducive to the conditions we got now. So yeah, so I spent a good hour and a half over there. Cleared 2 nice spots, so they're really clean now. Don't know if you can see the patch of weed over there on the background, but quite a pile of weed back there. And then yeah, so I'm fishing 2 rods on them clear spots I've just cleared. I've kept one on a zig rig, the one that's fishing on the 2-foot zig over round to my left in that kind of shallow bay, because you know, with the wind pushing up that way, there's probably still going to be fish up there, so you know, kind of, you know, split me tactics. But yeah, before the rods went out, I went back round the other side again, baited up with about 1 kilo of seafood boilies and about half a kilo of sweet corn. That's between the both spots, not each spot. And then we got Ronnie rigs on them 2 rods now, so probably a bit of a better way to fish in these conditions. Then maybe if it warms up, stops raining tomorrow, I might go back on the zigs tomorrow. But for now, fishing on the bottom, probably a bit more confident to do what I'm doing now. Right, anyway, it's gonna get back to the rain. I'm on my 3rd t-shirt of the day. Alright, see you later.
Sleepy, is it?
No, we're far off it. Right guys, first fish of my session, 16 pound on the nose, and I've put in a bit of work. I've put in a bit of work for this fish, because this was the fish I had off of one of the spots that I raked out, cleared a spot, and yeah, it's a fish. Right, let's get her back.
Yeah, let's get her back. And there she goes.
Oh, good morning guys. And God, finally stopped raining. We've had rain for about 24 hours solid. But anyway, the good news for this session, not on my account, Math, he's finally broke his duck on this lake. Those of you that follow Math to UK will know he's done quite a lot of sessions on this lake, and the dice just haven't rolled for him, and last night he finally broke his duck on this lake with a catfish and a 24-pound carp, so well done Math. So he's rather ecstatic this morning. I just had a bit of a liner on the middle, I'll say middle rod, it's only my left rod, because as you can see I've only got 2 rods out at the moment. The left rod that I was fishing on the zig onto that tight bay, I had an inquiry yesterday, and I just didn't put it back out again, because it is quite weedy over there. I think really you need to be kind of sat on your rods when you're fishing the zigs in the weeds, so you know, being asleep and everything in the night, obviously I just didn't put that rod back out. So what I'm going to do in a moment is have some breakfast, because I've been on the bank 2 days now. I'll have a shower and I kind of have a freshen up, and then I'll before the rods go back out, I'll go back round, put some more bait on them spots that I cleared with a rake yesterday, and then start again. What's going on, David?
Well, last time a fish. It's been out 48 hours. 48 hours I've not touched that.
What, you've not actually touched that rod for 48 hours?
Yeah, I moved the other two, but this is the original one. Cast to the far bow.
Oh. Morning, Barry. How we doing, Barry? Oh, look. Look who's turned up for a spot of filming.
Really?
Oh, it be that Mafteek guy.
Hello.
Look, everyone's even the bailiff's turned up now to say hello.
Are they? Oh, are they?
Well, yeah, it's nice to see them coming now.
Yeah.
Feeling a good day? I feel alright. If you want to spin my gilly, let's probably pick your line up as it.
Oh, and we got the other member of our party to come say hello.
Hello.
Need another fish.
There's that fish, guys.
Is that high enough?
I'll move it to your left. Well, that's it.
Right down a bit. To you.
So,
Nice little scraper 20 coming. Got over some hinders bait for a first.
nice.
Well, second fish on hinders bait now.
Does well, that Indus bait.
Yeah, better bait an Arna.
Might start using it myself soon.
Yeah, yeah, you should do. I'll lend you some of the pop-ups if you want, Chris.
Oh, nice one.
Off the mark anyway. Nearly time to go home, but I'm off the mark. Should we get her back?
Yeah.
That's exactly where I want it.
Hi guys, I'm now refreshed, showered, cleaned, deodorized and feeling fresh again. So I've already got the marker float out there. I put it out there before I went for a shower. So what I'm going to do now, walk around the other side with some more boilies and sweet corn and go and bait up on the marker float. And the other rod to the right of it that I cleared yesterday with that weed rake. Both of them rods are fishing at the same range, so when I get around there I've only got to go to the gap in the bushes, next one along, and bait up to the same distance from the bank to the float range, if you get what I'm saying. So, right, let's go and put the bait out, and then we're more or less ready to fish. Before I went for the shower, I already wrapped the rods up, so the rod's already clipped up, ready to be cast out. All I've got to do is put fresh hook baits on the rigs, and we're ready to go. Right, first let's go and put some more bait out. I've just finished baiting up my spots, guys, and while I'm still around this side, oh, Math is in. Bag ready with the net. Looks like it's close in. Old days on camera duty for Math. Math will be really happy about this. The amount of sessions he's had on this lake and blanked, and if anyone follows Math's blogs, you'll know he's really struggled with this lake, and if this goes in the net, it'll be his third fish this session, so he's certainly breaking the blank in style. Oh, the fish. The fish is going on a bit of a wander. On Math having to go around by Party Central. Might be a bit weeded up, possibly. There's so much weed in this lake at the moment. It's making it fishing generally quite difficult. Stuck in the weed.
Spot for 48 hours, 36 hours, and then I just chucked the zig on it this morning, and it was only out an hour, and it picked it up, but it was a pink foam zig that got this one, and I think minus the sling about £20, so I'm really pleased with it.
Did you have any trouble with it playing it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got caught up in the weed right underneath us, so I nearly jumped in for it. But there you go. Nice fish, more than happy. Second carp of the session. So I'm really pleased. I'm getting my revenge on kellet at long last, aren't I? I'm definitely getting my revenge. So yeah, really pleased with that. And let's get you back in. Nice. I'm going over to Chris's house. Then we're going
I haven't cast back out yet. Right guys, so going into the third day's fishing, and the rods are now out again, so you can probably tell from the height of the bobbins. The left and middle rods are fishing on the bottom, again on the spots that I raked out and cleared yesterday. And as we've seen, bit of fresh bait's gone over them two spots as well. But a few handfuls of boilies over each rod, and a few pouches of catapulted of sweet corn as well. Right hand rod, it's on a 6-foot zig. I've chucked it a bit more to the right, more into the open water. And it's fishing in about 9 foot of water, so the zig's, you know, obviously 3 foot below the surface. So we'll try that. I think I'm pretty much giving up. Although there's fish down there to the right, it is, or to the right as I look now, but to my left, there's fish up there, but it's just too weedy to throw a zig up there. When I retrieve it for recast, it's just too weeded up, and it's just too weedy for zig fishing. So we'll try the zig out in open water where there's no weed out there. Right, anyway, so that's the rod sorted. We're now fishing. Rods won't get touched anymore now unless any fish come along today. Let's go and join the lads and get on the social. Right then guys, I just thought I'd grab Dave a moment. He's looking really worried because now how many times have we fished together? Well, it's sort of like, you know, me, you and Math, quite a few times now, haven't we?
Yeah, 5, 6
and
times.
In all them times I've been giving Math little gifts, haven't I?
Yes, you have, yeah.
On this occasion I've got you a gift, because all these times I've been giving Math these gifts and I thought, oh, Dave's a bit left out and looks a bit jealous that he hasn't got a gift. So on this time,
is it nothing again?
I've got you a gift. No, it is something. It is.
Oh man, what are you pulling out your pants, Chris?
So, just for you.
Thank you. Do not bend.
I have opened it because I had to see what it was like.
Oh my god. They are amazing.
They are awesome.
There's a pair of socks for me on it, guys.
Do you know, I thought it was going to be underwear.
Oh, let me have a zoom in on them. Hold it, keep them up there. That is fantastic. Yeah, that's amazing. I really like them.
Do you know what, Chris?
Well,
I'm going to slide a foot inside you.
So, wear them with pride whenever you're fishing.
My wife's going to love me now.
Wear them and they'll bring you some good luck, I reckon.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted with that.
That's my little... There you go, guys. It's me on a pair of socks.
That is amazing. Cheers, Chris. I'm
There
actually
you go.
very flattered with them. Nice fish, Chris.
All fish are
Healthy
nice.
bend. Healthy bend in the rod. Looks a decent one,
All
this.
fish are nice. Even the little ones. Picked up a big chunk of weed, though. You need to go for the weed again.
They're scrapping well. Common. It's biting like, yeah, it's nice and. It looks
Hurrah!
Oh! 20... 22?
2-2.
Yeah.
Right, guys. Second fish off this run's water.
Well, right round the chest. You deserve that. Don't fall back, whatever you do.
Bending his fin forward. There we go, guys. Fish number 2. 22 pounds, 2 ounces. So, order 2. Second fish, 22.2. And middle rod, so rod number 2. Ronnie rig again. Seafood 12mm popper. Again off one of them spots that I raked out yesterday. Lovely jubbly. Get a few pickies and then get it back.
Well done, Mr. King.
Well done, Christopher.
That crack's never seen the sun.
This one absolutely rip off, Chris.
It did, yeah. In fact, I'd already recast it once after fish number 2, and I wasn't entirely happy with where it landed. I was kind of looking at the spot thinking I'm not really happy with where it landed. So I just recast it again. Got it on the money this time.
And it's not been out long, has it?
Literally about a minute after the recast.
You're joking? Oh well, you're on form.
After the second recast, that is, once I was happy with it. So I think the first recast, it was just kind of
Healthy bend.
slightly off where I'd cleared it with a rake, and then
Good rods in.
it might have picked up my zig. Oh, no, that's nowhere near.
Do you want me to address it?
If you like.
I don't know what to do now.
Yes?
What has just happened here? There's chaos in the fennel swim.
Well, if you want to have a look down at my feet,
We have one in the net,
there's one fish down there,
and
and just as we were playing it, the left arm rod had a bit of a dibble, and well, we thought we'd cross lines to begin with, but it was not cross lines at all. It was just where I'm so good at fishing, my other rod's gone off.
well, you're the king, that's for sure. You're making it look easy, Chris.
It is easy, isn't it? Oh, this one of Big Rig's babies. It's one of them little humpy back ones.
You don't play your fish down south, do you?
Oh, he didn't like the look of the net, did he?
Nice, 2 on the bank.
Hope I don't get a third one. I've run out of landing nets.
Well done, Chris. Good angling.
Right then, guys. Third fish. First fish of the double run. How about that for a cracking looking fully? 17 pounds 4 ounces. Still on the seafood. Ronnie rig. Still off that spot that I raked out yesterday, so that extra bit of effort's really paying dividends now. As you can see, the net behind me's still got a fish in it, so let's get this one back quickly, deal with that fish. Happy, happy. It's easy fishing up north. Here we go then, guys. Fish number 4, second fish of the double run. Cracking little fish, this one. First time I fished here in the winter, I caught a fish that looked very similar to this, and we found out it was one of the kind of the offspring of the famous fish called Big Rig, and this looks very similar, so I'd put me money on saying this is one of Big Rig's offspring as well. Again, Ronnie rig, seafood, 12mm pop up, again off of one of them cleared spots, doing the biz now. Easy.
Easy fishing.
Easy. Hey guys, bailiff has just been round. Just after the second fish went back, he said, "Oh, you had one?" I said, "No, I've had two." He said, asked me if I'd put any bait out. I said, "Yeah, between sort of yesterday and today, a couple of kilos of boilies, kilo of corn." And he said, "Yeah," he said, "they were on the bait, get some more out." So while the rods are in, that's what I'm about to do.
Here we go. And in she goes. Jolly good show.
Hey.
Yeah, number 2 for Dav.
You all right down there, Barry?
Yeah, cool, mate.
Hey. Oh. Right there, Math.
Hello, Christopher. There you go, mate. Nice one.
25.7 on the nose.
Yeah, right out.
A little bit further out.
Fish number 2.
Fish
I
is a fish,
brought
though,
the
isn't it?
average down, haven't I?
Ground's a bit wet still, isn't it?
Andy, that's me one phone. Thanks, Andy.
Feel a good one, Chris?
Yeah,
Was that over your raked area?
it is over my raked area. Raked and baited. Oh, slipped off the fin then.
Nice clutch.
Yeah, out of all the fish I've had so far, it definitely feels like the best one yet. It's putting up the best fight so far anyway,
Yeah.
and there's probably more of a bend in the rod.
Yeah, it's a classic sign of a foul hook fish, that. Hooked neat in the tail.
The rod's bending more, the reel's screaming more.
Yeah.
I might tighten up the clutch in a minute.
Yeah. Take the bait runner off.
Yeah, putty cat. But just because I caught a fucking cat, he had to go and do the bastard same, didn't he?
Yeah, you're well chased off.
And it's bigger.
You might struggle getting that in.
Yeah, you're going to have to pull it in ye old-fashioned way. Behave.
It's a northern tadpole, that's not even a cat.
Northern tagpole. I can't wait till I catch a cat.
This is your camera, by the way, Chris.
Oh, cats are on the food, aren't they? I'm seriously going to come here and go for it, because I've never fished for a catfish. I know he didn't do it on purpose. But...
That's quite a tagpole.
A double run again.
Yeah, 2 doubles. Well, like he's drinking, he's having a lot of doubles.
This northern fishing's easy.
We need another net.
We've got another net. We had 10 minutes ago.
It's 30, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You definitely get into a 30 there.
The Swindon Swallower has done it again. Hungry cat, wasn't it?
Ow. Ow.
Wow, I didn't expect that.
£14.
Should we just call it around 45?
I would say 45.
Well done.
Right guys, this put up one hell of a fight. And welcome to a new PB catfish. £45, 2 ounces. So heavy I've had to enlist the help of David to hold up the...
I've got the tail, which weighs about £10.
But yeah, I knew this was a big fish right from the start. Didn't know it was a catfish from the start, but after some of the runs it had, kind of had a feeling it might have been a catfish. And certainly is.
Well done, Chris.
Well done,
New,
yeah.
new PB.
Yeah. Now let's get the other one
Yeah,
out of the water.
apparently,
Get that one back out.
apparently this is only a tadpole for up north.
Yeah, northern tadpole.
Right, anyway guys, so we had a double run, so we've still got another fish in the net to deal with.
Do you remember the France the way we
Yeah.
used to let them go? We had a big slide for them. Straight back.
Well done, Chris.
Yeah, well done. That was a good
Well done,
fish.
mate.
didn't
I
even know
love
they
big
went that
pussy.
big, yeah.
Say that again.
Oh, that again. 19 on the nose.
What does that actually mean? You want me to hold the tail, Chris? That's not a bad fish, is it?
Here we go then guys. Carp number 5, fish number 6. £19 on the nose. Them spots are really rocking now. Ronnie rig, seafood pop up. Nothing's changed. I love this northern fishing.
Well, you're certainly kicking her ass.
Good morning guys. And following the kind of good results that I've had from raking out a swim, or 2 swims in my case, old Math has decided to borrow my rake and do exactly the same thing this morning. It's obviously worked for me with the captures I've had so far. So last night Matt said, I'm going to borrow your rig tomorrow if that's okay, and I went, yeah, sure, not a problem. Like I say, it is a bit of effort. It probably takes about an hour to clear a spot because there's so much weed out there. But as we've seen, it definitely pays off with the results in the long run. And I don't know if you can see the amount of weed that, I think the reeds are slightly obscuring the amount of weed that Mass bringing in, but there is a lot of weed out there. And guys, as you can see, no rods out at the moment. For the force of nature forced me to wind in. So while the rods are in, that gives me the perfect opportunity, nice and early in the morning, to go and put some more bait in me swim. Obviously I've had plenty of fish, so the fish are obviously getting on the bait, so seafood boilies in 15mm and some sweet corn for visual. And that's certainly giving off the smell. Right, let's go and do that. And then my baiting's all done for the day then. But if I get lots more fish, who's to say I won't put some more bait in later on. Right guys, we're losing our first person. Unfortunately David has got work commitments, haven't you mate?
Yeah, I'm working at dinner today, so I've stayed as long as I can stay.
Right, what's all that white stain down your front there?
Got some of your residue from last night, your pussy incident.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh,
yeah,
right.
that was the tail.
Well anyway, it's been fun fishing with you again,
It's been
mate.
great again, yeah, you've shown us how to fish again.
Well, I think I've been lucky though, enjoying this peg, to be fair though. The fish
Yeah,
I've been up
you
this
fished
end.
it well.
The fish have been up this end of the lake, haven't they? And then I've
Yeah.
just done my bit to...
You've battered them. And you've still
No.
got another 24 hours, is it?
Yeah.
36 hours to go?
24 now really, innit?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Say bye-bye to David, everyone.
See ya, and you'll see my socks on the next video.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely want to see them in a future video of Maths when you're fishing with him next.
Yeah, they'll be on the next one, definitely. Have to wear them in the bedroom first.
Yeah, anyway. Wave bye-bye to the viewers then.
Yeah. See ya. I'm going.
Here we go then guys. Maths is into a fish. And yeah, we saw Math doing the same as what I've done. Cleared a spot in the weed using the rake. Put a rod on it. And here we go. Fish on. Definitely a tactic that's working this session.
Walk it down for the next one.
Oh no! Come on.
No!
There you go. Oops. Oops. Clear that a minute. What failed?
Damn and flip.
Oh, go crikey blimey.
Yep, because we don't say swearing words in our blogs, do we?
Do we fuck?
Right guys, so I'm with Math. Now yesterday I gave Dave a little present, and I said then when I was giving Dave a present, you know, I'd give Dave a present on this occasion instead of rather giving Math one of my stupid cat-based presents.
Yeah, well, it was nice Dave actually got something, and the socks
Yeah.
were fantastic, to be honest. It was really, really good of you.
Yeah.
And he has promised that when next time he goes anywhere with me, he's going to be wearing his socks. So
Oh God, I'd expect nothing less. Anyway, so then guys, I told a little porky yesterday saying I'd got Dave a present instead of Math. I have still got Math a stupid cat-based present.
you know. I knew you had some up your sleeve.
Yeah, I couldn't go without a session without doing something silly. Anyway, so close your eyes, hold out your hands.
Hands or
Or
hands?
hand would do.
Well, that just about says everything, doesn't it? Yeah, that just about says everything. Thanks, Chris.
No problem.
Appreciate that, mate. And I guarantee you 100% I will be wearing them on the next weekend. Not a very nice cat, this one. This is quite a rude cat, isn't it?
I thought with all the continued cat-based stupid presents, that might be getting a bit annoying by now. I thought the angry cat looked ideal.
I genuinely haven't got you anything. That makes me feel really bad now. Thank you, Chris. Cat socks.
Hey guys, I thought I'd do a little kind of mid-afternoon update. But to be honest with you, there's not a lot to really update you with. My swim's gone really quiet today. Definitely not been as much fish showing up my end of the lake as there has been the last couple of days. So, don't know what's going on, but the rods, you know, have hit their marks when they got cast out. I did have to recast one of them probably an hour ago because a big raft of floating weed had gone through one of my lines and dislodged everything, so I had to rechuck that one. But yeah, it's been a bit of a quieter day today than it has been the last couple of days, so can't explain it. I feel like I should have caught fish by now. I've put more bait out on spots this morning. Casts are on the money. Just seems like the fish have gone off the boil a bit today. Oh, just looking into yonder distance, guys. There's old Barry. After Dave left, Barry had a move at the same time down to the other end of the lake. See if he could find some fish. Got no idea whether he's going to join us for the last night social, because he is right down the other end of the lake. But he hasn't caught any fish up to now, so you got to do what you got to do to try and catch fish. Isn't that right, Andy?
Oh yeah.
Right guys, so this is kind of the last day going into the last night. We're at about tea time now, and it's been a really quiet day so far. Not really as well, hasn't been any action in my swim. So what I'm thinking, the right hand rod had a recast. Well, it's probably getting on for a couple of hours ago now when the line got a bit dislodged with that raft of weed. So I'm going to wind the left rod on in a minute, put a fresh hook bait on it, put that back out on the spot, and then that'll probably be it for the night unless any fish come along. Not going to put any more bait out. Obviously I'll put some bait out first thing this morning. No fish have come along today, so potentially all that bait is still there, so not going to put any more bait out. Like I said, I'm just literally going to refresh the hook bait on the left hand rod. I might even contemplate putting the third rod back out because it's been a quiet day today, which is still set up on the zig rig lent up against my bivvy. So might do that. Right, anyway, let's get a fresh hook bait on that left hand rod, and then I'll be happy with that for going into the last night. Hi, good evening guys, and I'm just about to go to bed. I'm not feeling great on this last night, to be honest with you, so I've kind of bailed from the social gazebo early. I mean, there was only me, Andy and Math anyway, because obviously Dave's gone home and Barry moved down the other end of the lake. But I left Math and Andy to it. I've got a thumping headache. I just don't feel right, to be honest with you guys, so I've kind of come back to get my head down early. Just wound in my zig rod. It's raining. I don't think the zig rod's going to do anything overnight, so I've left the 2 bottom bait out rods out for the night. Right, I'm going to get my head down, guys. So at this point in time we've got about 14-15 hours fishing left. Still time for one more fish maybe. Fishing wise, been absolutely dead today. So I'm glad I had a couple of good days yesterday and the day before, because yeah, it just seems like a different lake today. So right, anyway, right, good night guys. I'll hopefully see you one more time with a fish before it's time to go home. Oh, good morning guys. And the last morning, pack up morning, and it's been raining all night. At this point in time, we've got about 5-6 hours fishing left. No fish in the night, obviously. Not from me anyway. I don't know how any of the other lads have done during the night, but yeah, I think it's safe to say it's gonna be a soggy pack up. Oh well, that's it. 5-6 hours to go. Another fish could bite yet. Right guys, unfortunately that is it. We've come to the end of our session. Been a brilliant session, bit quiet at the start, quiet at the end, quite good in the middle, wasn't it, Matt?
Absolutely. Very, very good middle bit.
Yeah, brilliant middle bit. All in all though, first things first, we're here for a social, and we had a brilliant social, didn't we guys?
Yeah, it was, as always. It never isn't.
Exactly, yeah. Thank you Dave for joining us as well, if you're watching this.
Dave who?
I don't know. Thanks Andy for making up the numbers.
Thank you. As always.
I'm glad you're nice and consistent in my blogs. Thank you Barry as well, because you've done a lot of my netting for me and my photos, and looked after me while I was a bit wobbly one night.
You did indeed, yes.
But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching this. Been a long one, we have been on the bank for 4 days, but till next time, tight lines.
Tight lines. Bloody Carp King.